more than 2,000 years, Maya women in Guatemala have woven textiles not only for practical purposes, but as an expression of identity and as a creative art form. Master Kachki Maya weaver Concepción Poou Coy Tharin inherited this tradition from her ancestors and has introduced it into Florida's rich folklife tradition. Raised in the village of Samac in the central highlands of Guatemala, Concepción learned to weave at a young age.
I started weaving when I was 8 years old because my mom and my sister, they sit every day in front of the house to do their weaving. And then I got interested on the weaving, like they do that. And then I saw like, I have the leftover thread and I start playing with it. I collect the sticks and I start playing with it. And then my mom said, oh, you are quite ready to learn to weave. So we're gonna set you a loom and me and your sister are gonna teach you how to weave.
First, Concepción's mother and sister taught her to make a backstrap loom, a type of loom the Maya have used for centuries. The weaver hooks one end of the loom to a wall or post and then attaches the other end to their back with a woven strap. This design allows for portability and creates a physical connection with the weaver. Next, they passed down to her a traditional style of Maya weaving practiced exclusively in their village. While other Maya weaving stands out for its bold colors, in Concepción's village of Samac, pickbill is distinguished by its gauze-like white-on-white thread pattern. The thread is not dyed, but instead soaked in a cornstarch to stiffen the fibers.
Why they call pickbill? It's because all the design you braided and weave inside, you all the time picking the warp thread to put the design through the weft side. So with your finger, you're picking it and counting as you go. That's why they call that pickbill.
This intricate style of weaving takes extreme concentration and is challenging to learn. The technique is so complex that it can take up to a month to weave one blouse. Many of the patterns Concepción weaves, she designs herself, using her skills to effortlessly create intricate motifs, often without much planning. Inspiration for her patterns comes from traditional Maya folklore and everyday village life. Hummingbirds, tobacco plants, pacaya leaves, ducks, harps, and jars of flour are typical symbols woven into the designs. For the women of Concepción's village, backstrap weaving is one of the few sources of income.
My first piece I sold that, I was so amazed with the money that I got because I was still young and I thought it was amazing. So and then after that, I start focusing on the weaving, and that's exactly what I want to do. I love doing it.
It became particularly important to Concepción when she decided to resume her primary education. For years, she sold textiles to raise enough money to go to a school in a nearby town. In 2004, while selling her pieces on the side of the road, she met Jonathan Tharin, a Peace Corps volunteer who was impressed by the quality of her work and purchased a garment from her. They decided to start a cooperative to help the women of her village sell their textiles. Together, they founded the Ishbalamke Cooperative, the first women's weaving cooperative in Samac, and they elected Concepción as the first president. The cooperative empowers women with economic opportunities and makes weaving a sustainable source of income. In 2006, Concepción and Jonathan Tharin were married and later moved to Tarpon Springs, Florida. Although she was far from her village, she never stayed away from her weaving for very long.
I just love it, and I just want to do it all the time, every day. Like if I don't weave for 2 days, I was like, oh, I'm so sad. I haven't touched my loom. I was like, I need to make time to do this. So, yeah, that's one of the things. Like if you love it, you're on it.
Since coming to Florida, she has enthusiastically shared her weaving style by giving numerous demonstrations for various groups and festivals, including the Nelson Pointer Memorial Library at the University of South Florida, the Gulf Coast Folk Life Festival, and the Maxwell Museum of Anthropology in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Concepcion is also a dedicated teacher of the pickbill style. For more than a decade, she has taught classes at the Dunedin Fine Arts Center, New College of Florida, and the Weedon Island Cultural and Natural History Center. In 2013, she received the Emerging Artist Award from Florida Craft Art. Her works are on display in Florida, Guatemala, and many other states. She has enriched Florida folk life by bringing the ancient pickbill style to life for people in the U.S. and has worked tirelessly to preserve and pass down the Maya weaving tradition to future generations, including her children. For her work in textiles to preserve and honor traditional designs of her Maya ancestry, and because of her efforts to teach and share this tradition with researchers, weavers, and the public, the Florida Division of Arts and Culture proudly honors Concepción Poou Coy Tharin with the Florida Folk Heritage Award.
I'm looking forward for that to make more people to get interested on the weaving, so I can teach them so the weaving, backstrap weaving, it won't die. So I can teach other people to do it.